I've never seen virtue signaling backfire this hilariously. Another video to the saga. The AI drama saga. It never ends. I hope it never ends. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So in this video, I'm going to be once again talking about the AI-related debate in the VTubing scene. This has been a very hot topic for several weeks at this point, where a lot of virtue signalers are essentially labeling people as the worst things imaginable for you.
Alright, like imagine this. These so-called quote-unquote VTubers that goes on Twitter, and for some reason, they develop this god complex that they would not only they will virtue signaling, they would determine whether you are a VTuber or not based on what you support or what your opinions are. That's crazy, right? And I am happy that like more and more people are watching with this drama and slowly realizing the ugly face that these like anti-AI crowd that are unmasking themselves, like they are literally just showing their ugly side. And in the end, like not only they're just there for accumulating their quote unquote their good boy points or the I don't know, like social standing. I don't give a fuck, man. Like virtue signaling is all they care for, because at the end of the day, if they don't stand for what they tweet or what they say about, later on they will just delete their tweets, because how are pussies they are, like how cowards they are.
Using AI in any capacity whatsoever. At this point, I think it's safe to say we have a serious case of AI derangement syndrome in the VTubing scene. Now, I was going to make a joke based on the acronym for the phrase I just described, but it might be a little too spicy for YouTube. You can work that out for yourselves and figure out what I was saying. But that is really what's going on here. We're going to see some really inevitable and cringe results of the virtue signaling that we've been talking about.
Oh wait, never mind. It's AIDS. Oh shit. Oh, yep. Oh my god, I am screwed. Yep. Good. GG, YouTube's gonna nuke me now because I said the bad no word. Frick. Well, continue the video.
Coming out in full display. But of course, there's been a lot of lightning rods in this controversy, myself included, with my coverage of everything going on, but also individuals like Leaflit, who provided a free-to-use program that helps bridge the divide between PNG tubing and live tubing, essentially giving people the opportunity to get their VTubing career off the ground for free using AI. We also saw how Skew-chan got roped into this because a related clip from her went viral where she reacted to my video and essentially said she doesn't have a major problem with people using AI. She wasn't
like another thing. I saw a lot of other responses to this drama as well. Like there's actually rational artists who actually believes in their art style and their artworks, that even if like we're in the age of AI right now where, you know, like AI will take jobs. You know what? I really commend those artists, especially rational artists, that they actually believe in their artwork, and also like they actually believe that they will get commissions. Like so far, like if I ever see like those artists, man, I am like smiling from ear to ear that they actually understood like the entire situation and actually believe in themselves and also believe in their community, that they actually can, you know, like do a lot or just go on with their daily lives without actually bitching about things that cannot be controlled of. Because newsflash, AI is here, AI will be everywhere, and AI is inevitable. Is the next step to evolution of humanity, where everything would become more advanced, everything would become more simplified. And yeah, like that's the raw truth. That's the truth. And even if like the truth is disappointing, or a little bit hurtful, it is what it is. You just have to adapt or get left behind, because that's how we live in this current era. So yeah, like, you just stop bitching and look for a solution around it, instead of just open Twitter and start typing 50 articles about why you hate AI.
Even endorsing the usage of AI. She was just saying she doesn't have a big deal with it, and any competent and well-established artist is not threatened by the use of AI. But of course, that was enough to get her brigaded and attacked by the usual suspects. And now today, we arrived at the inevitable conclusion of all this virtue signaling, where now we have artists publicly shaming individuals trying to commission them who made the unforgivable sin of using AI-generated references in their commission request.
And at the same time, I am really glad that eventually more of these quote-unquote artists would be put out of the job. Like, they will become jobless, and then, you know what? They would go to the nearest McDonald's and put the fries in the bag, or probably flip my burger. Hey, they made their bed and now they're gonna sleep on it, you know? Because, oh my gosh, man, I saw you using a AI asset on your stream. Oh shit, man, like, you committed a cardinal sin. You have disgrace to us VTubers. We have disgrace to the VTuber quote-unquote community. Holy fuck, man, get out of my sight. You are banned. You are blacklisted. Holy fuck, man. Like, I hope, like, the majority of the, not majority, probably all of them would become out of the job. And the only thing that left behind is actual good artists, and also, like, probably hybrids. You know what? This is what they get.
Not only are they being denied by these artists for doing so, they're now being publicly shamed in the process. We have really reached the zenith of this controversy, and before we get into the topic of discussion for today, let me give you just a quick rundown of what's been going on the last couple of weeks, because this debate about AI usage in the VTubing scene has involved nothing but virtue signaling and shaming people for the simple concept of using it in any capacity whatsoever. It began by people saying that you're no longer a VTuber if you use AI. I guess stripping someone of their title is what a narcissist like this would think they have the power to do. Then they said using AI.
Bro, like, Maruki here, bot. 100% bot. And not like the AI kind. This is an actual Twitter bot right here. Holy frick, man. Like, every time I see this bot quote retweet, man, like, it's a lot. Holy shit, man. Like, they are trying their best just to one up every other, like, points of why, like, you know, like the current Mia situation. Like, they are just on it 24/7, man. Like, Jesus Christ, go out and touch grass.
Makes you a bad person. Then people said using AI at all is a political statement. And then they said using AI is not just a political statement, it makes you a Nazi. Then they said if you're using AI, you're destroying the environment and putting people's lives in danger. Then they said using AI makes you look broke, as these people...
Bro, like, this is the famous... I swear to God, like, this bot's famous tweet that, you know, like they are getting bodied in quote retweets and replies. Because if he didn't use the word broke, man, like, you are just making fun of broke people. Yes, sir.
Desperately try to farm pennies of ad revenue on Twitter, which of course involves them using this blue badge that they're paying to use on this platform, which of course funds the AI system on Twitter, which is incredibly ironic. And then we get this result. Now the public shaming of people making simple commission requests. So this artist decided to make this incredible call out post, getting nearly 3 million views and eventually locking the comments as they always do, saying just had to decline a Vgen request because the client sent me an AI generated reference. How hard can it be? As I will clarify a little bit later, this is a very common practice to provide references using AI.
All right, another thing that some other people have to point it out, like if you get declined, why just look for another artist that would actually align or actually don't mind using AI reference. To tell you the truth, it's slim to none. Like if you're gonna talk about the percentage of looking for an artist that are like open to AI references or actually doesn't care about what your political take is or political opinion is, it is less than 10% of the 90% or more that have the same, like that will give you like the same response if you have like different political opinions, stances, supports, or even using AI references. So it doesn't help you with that argument that you can just look for another artist, because like it is like looking for a needle in a haystack. So you know what, like I if other people would just switch to just using AI entirely, I don't blame them, because this is where we at right now in the VTube commissioning scene right here. Like this is real bad. We need to just change it up a bit. And I welcome that like they're threatened because of Leaflit provided a alternate for like starting out as VTubers.
I'll give you a peek behind the magician's curtain here that is very common in the VTubing scene, but this person is now not only denying the commission request, but publicly shaming anyone for doing this unforgivable sin. And it all plays back to the question, what is the end goal? What is the end goal for these people virtue signaling about AI usage? Because they're saying if you use AI, I'm not going to accept your commission as an artist. And then what are they going to do next? They're going to use AI. So if you want people to hire real artists, why are you turning down people to virtue signal on Twitter? Isn't that very counterproductive to what you're trying to accomplish? But people are dunking on this individual in the replies, saying this, all this will do is discourage them from hiring artists. Congrats, you did a dum-dum. They probably couldn't afford a reference for a while. Losing clients for no reason is insane. And then they reply with this image right here.
With this reply right here, it doesn't help you with that much, because if a lot of artists would just reply with this, that like when somebody's stating the fact that you just decline and also like missing the opportunity to work with clients and also like get revenue of it, eventually you will get no clients, because more and more people, even if like their budget is nearly probably like $0, and they will like give you like an AI reference or anything that could like show you what they want in a commission. Like if you decline that, and like showing off like ego first before think about like how you run your business second, you know what, it looks like McDonald's is the best suit for for your employment. It is inevitable if you keep doing this
here. And then another user says, LOL, this has to be bait. I really hope you don't go complaining about not having money and getting commissions, because now instead of them using a real artist, they will probably just keep using the AI. You only further people not wanting to work with you and others with this mentality. And of course,
Wait. Another thing. Like, I'm sorry, I keep pausing a bit. Man, like, since like the majority of the artists would come, like, they will do like commissions on Vgen for like new artists, like for new artists that wants to do commissioning on Vgen. What if Vgen release like a lesson on like business 101? Yes, like artists who works, or I don't know, like sells their like commissioning, or I don't know, like what do you call it, like when they start commissioning on Vgen, it should be like mandatory to learn how to run a business, like a business 101, where like here's the do's and don'ts to keep your business running and healthy, and like prolonging the revenue stream so that you could survive for the next winter. Not running with the mind of like running with your ego or running with beliefs. Why not just run it with purely business? Like, separate personal beliefs with business. There are two things.
if you look at their accounts, commissions open. It's always commissions open. All of the artists virtue signaling about this stuff, there is a 9 out of 10 chance their commissions are wide open because they can't find people to work with because no one wants to commission them. So this person actually gets someone to commission them, and they deny them and publicly shame them to get likes on Twitter, virtue signaling about AI usage. Here's another reply saying it's a effing reference, a reference, with 6,600 likes ratioing the initial post. And this person is entirely correct.
True.
It's just a reference. Okay, again, peek behind the magician's curtain here. AI references.
Like, another thing. In the entertainment industry, I would say, like, specifically in the animation industry, because I seen a lot of like how the inner mechanisms inside of an animation studio. Pre-production, or like before they're gonna start production, like in pre-production, I swear to God, like they're like the usage of AI when it comes to like brainstorming or thinking about like what the theme of an animation, what the story is, what the character designs would look like, the character cast, or everything, like script writing, everything. It is now integrated with AI. You know what? Shocker. And you know what? It is actually efficient, and like making the process of making a animation more faster and less repetitive, or less like less a bit of like tiring, because mostly, especially for pre-production, where like you got like there's a lot of things that you need to put a lot of effort in, and especially with using AI tools, it is become like more efficient, and it will give a lot of leeway to come up with a lot of ideas without having to go through the like making the entire thing from the ground up. Like, for example, like if you thought about like how this character looks like, but then again though, you have to like solidify it, like you have to like draw it, ink it, and put colors on it. With AI tools, it will just be done within like 10 or 15 minutes, and then you can proceed with another brainstorming idea, and then it will formulate, and it will just go on and on and on until the pre-production phase is done, and then all that is left now is just the production and the post-production, where everything will come together, and then after that they can just freely release the animation. So I know that it's kind of sad that we are in the era right now where AI is pretty much integrated with every industry, but it not without like a bad purpose, or a bad uses of it. It still some has some uses, but limited to as being a tool, not the entire machine that will pump out AI slop into the internet. It's still gonna be supervised by humans, but it will just make things more faster and more efficient. It is what it is. Like a fucking AI reference. It's just a reference. It's just part of pre-production that like it's already being like the character design is already there. So it'll just leave the artist like more faster, like they don't have to like brainstorm like what the character would look like because like the design is there. It's already there. All you gotta do is just like make it happen, like make it real, make it a VTuber model or make it an artwork from it. Like artists, like you can still put your twist into it to make it like an authentic human art. You can still twist things around, like if the design is like bland or still like generic, you can put your twist in it, because at the end of the day, the client would like why the client would commission you, because they believe that you have your own you can add your own twist, your judgment, and your creativity. You can add something and you can like remix something, like that's it. You can put some pizzazz. Like imagine like it's like if a customer would bring you like instant noodles, they already cooked instant noodles, and as a chef, like you can add like a lot of like other ingredients as well to make like to like make it more good. Like you can add more like green onions, you can add more other ingredients to make it more good, more yummier. And instead of like the usual cup noodles that they always eat, like it make it like upgraded. So yeah, holy shit, that's a long rant, but you get the point, right? So like this is why like I don't have any problems when it comes to AI references, because it's all that step is done. All you gotta do is just make it a real VTuber model or an artwork, and then you're done. Easy money.
For art commissions is very common, and I'm not going to make this really personal or anything, but I've worked with plenty of artists where I've provided AI related references.
Shit.
They accepted those commissions, had no problem with it for years, and now they're joining the bandwagon virtue signaling about AI usage. The irony is incredible, but very expected for people who care about all this virtue signaling and nonsense. Here's another reply saying that's your problem. Don't complain when you lose customers. You lot are so obsessed with AI. He just wanted to show you his idea to an artist because he doesn't have the skills, which is normal given that he's contacting you. Yeah, isn't that the whole point? Mm-hmm. They're turning to an artist because they're not an artist themselves. They have no way.
Like at the same time as well, they're trying to, as I said before and I say it again, they're trying to break out the AI ecosystem that like in the longest time, like not only that like showing their AI designs to the internet is bad enough, like having the idea like you're still using AI assets is also like giving like self guilt, like, or like self-shaming, like self-shaming, like holy shit, I'm ashamed that I'm still using AI assets. Why not tomorrow I could look for an artist that could help me break out of this AI ecosystem? Then I could I could be proud that my VTuber model or my like one of these artworks is actually made with human touch and human judgment of, or an artist's eye. Like it's not that big of a deal that they gave you like an AI reference. Just help them out, because it will come a long way. And not only you help them break them out of the AI ecosystem, I swear to God, they will become your loyal customer. Like they will hit you up if any future artworks or future VTuber models that they want. you will be the first to get commissions from them, and they will actually give you a lot of money plus tips. Like, think of the possibility and potential about that instead of like bitching about like having AI assets.
To display what they want from you, so they're using AI to give you a reference point. It's a reference. And yet they do this. Here's another reply saying LOL,
God.
and y'all wonder why people are migrating away from you, insufferable people. And then they reply with this SpongeBob gif, very serious individual, but I would ask them, do you have the rights to this SpongeBob image? Do you have the proper rights to be using this? Oh my goodness. But of course, they did the normal thing. They locked the replies,
classic.
and then they quote themselves saying, free block list, LOL. Thank you for the 2,000 plus people who believe AI has no place in VTubing. Using a commission piece in AI to generate ideas is never okay. There are tons of ways to get references that don't involve AI. Yeah, I guess hiring an artist to make you a reference so then you can turn to another artist and use that previous reference to get new art. Yeah, very simple. But this person acts like getting likes on Twitter means you're right, which would mean they're wrong under that logic because they were getting ratioed by so many people to the point of having to lock their replies. But no, you're getting likes from a bunch of activists and virtue signalers. It means...
Like, I swear, man, like, these anti-AI tribe or anti-AI artists, like, it's like they have their own echo chamber where they can just, like, keep repeating that AI bad, AI bad, AI bad. They just repeat it, and at this point, like, it's becoming like their mantra. And every time, like, if another Twitter user would come up and give their like counterpoints of why like the reason why a lot of people would rather use AI than keep getting rejected from artists because of AI references or different opinions of something.
Nothing. They're hollow. The support means nothing. There's a reason your commissions are still open. It's because ultimately the customers don't really care for your mentality and feel slighted, or they feel hesitant to even want to commission you in the first place because you might publicly call them out over wrongthink while rejecting them. But of course, this is really the most simple way to respond to all of this. You people are so pathetic. Because all of this is so pathetic.
True.
How much these people hate AI is insane. They hate it more than anything else. I'm genuinely convinced that they hate AI usage more than criminals at this point. I mean, like, tell me if I'm wrong at this point. But let's look at some more virtue signaling posts related to this topic. Another individual saying, the absolute bliss I feel every time I block a VTuber who thinks using generative AI is in any way justified. AI sloppers named Sir Dumbf, the Dragon Lord, will come here using nothing but slurs to make a point and think I'm not gonna point and laugh, giving me free dopamine when I reply bleh and block you. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. I swear, like, give this like 2 or 3 days and they're just gonna delete the tweet, because I already seen the future where a lot of this anti-AI tribe or anti-AI artists would just say something and then few days later they will just delete because they don't actually stick to what they are messaging with, like what their point is. And that shows weakness. And like a lot, like right now, like a lot are just locking the replies, and later on they'll just delete it. Like a bunch of cowards, because like for one thing, they only do is virtue signaling, and then if it's like if the amount of responses getting too hot, later on they'll just delete. Like in the first place, if you can't handle the heat, or if you can't like handle the criticism that you're getting because of your comment, then maybe you shouldn't comment in the first place, or like keep saying your counterpoints but has shallow supports or shallow foundations that in the end it will just delete it later.
Ooh, shiver me timbers. This person is quite the tough customer over here. Wow. Look out for this individual. They might say blech and then block you and get some free dopamine. I'm sorry if you're getting free dopamine from blocking people on Twitter. Seek help. But also,
Jesus.
What is this? I mean, what are we doing? Do you really feel that strongly about all this? Like, are you gonna have the same attitude for like a grandma using AI to make like a cat meme or something? But the thing is too, great name. Sir Dunlap, the Dragon Lord?
Sheesh.
If someone hasn't taken that name already, please go ahead and do so. And also, you haven't blocked me yet, so feel free to do that. Give yourself a little dopamine rush.
Another thing is that I don't really think that blocking anyone with different or saying counterpoints or saying that your logic is wrong and your only solution is blocking. Like, to be honest, like, I see blocking is blocking is some sort of cowardice, because for one, you just block because you ran out of the things to say, just to one up the user that's trying to counterpoint your argument, and then just block users that you don't like. So you're just gonna be being a coward then, because you don't like that person. All right, sure, but blocking them, yikes.
Feel good about blocking people on social media. I'm right here waiting for you. Totally good, go for it. I know it'll help you out. I'm feeling charitable today. I want to give you some dopamine, so go ahead and do that. But here's some more from this individual saying, my fellow VTubers, please don't use generative AI for your content creation. They're speaking like it's a presidential address.
Holy fuck, man. All right, here we go. my fellow VTubers, please don't use generative AI for your content creation. I will never stop preaching this. Artists are the backbones of the VTuber sphere. If the respects of your artists who drew or rigged your model, then refrain using AI stuff for your other content. There are so many artists on Vgen who fit to any type of budget, and if you don't have anything to spend, then there are also many wonderful free resources and assets created by a hard-working artist for you. Respect your artists and stop using AI that gets fed with stolen art. Great speech, Mrs. President. Great speech. Holy fuck, man. I feel patriarchal, man. Holy shit.
Or something like, you're an artist, chill out. I will never stop preaching this. Artists are the backbone of the VTubing sphere. If you respect your artists who drew and or rigged your model, then refrain from using AI slop for your other content. There are so many artists on Vgen who fit to any type of budget, and if you don't have anything to spend, then there are also so many wonderful free resources and assets created by hardworking artists for you. Respect your artists and stop using AI that gets fed with stolen art. It's funny how they always say, go find free resources, but not like that when they turn to something like Leaflit's program, right? They don't mean just use whatever free resources you can. It's only the approved ones that fit their narrative. But ultimately, if you go to this user's account and you start searching through the following list, you see a lot of names, including VTubers have no issue with using AI whatsoever. But of course, you get the inevitable follow, which is Vedal. Yeah, that was...
Fuck, man. Oh no. The father of two AI twins. Okay, I already know the argument here. But wait, Nero and Evil are different. Just because they are they're AI, they're also being around with humans. Man, they always do this, man.
It's a big topic of conversation with the Leaflit arc of all this, where she is criticizing people who are virtue signaling about AI usage but still support neurosema, and they try to convince you every which way that it's completely different. But these people, they don't stand on their morals. They follow people who use AI or have it as a part of their content. And, well, is that really surprising? But here's Madame Savvy with a reply to this artist saying, does this really work for you? I'm a career artist and seeing this constantly is annoying. Just draw. Just go hire people. You don't need a virtue signal daily.
True.
The people who are going to hire artists are going to keep doing it. The people who look for alternatives were always going to do it. But it really does feel like you type just use artists as goodwill points. Instead of bitching about AI, why don't you make promotion posts about other artists? But you mentioned you care about engagement with the blue check. Of course you do. You're a business. And posts promoting artists never get the same kind of attention as posts like this. And
you know what? I wish, I don't know, like, for me, like, I don't have, like, a lot of connections. But if anyone is watching this video right now, like, if you know, like, a couple of artists that doesn't like give a fuck whether you give them an AI reference or like any other, like, yeah, or like if you give like a reference, even if like it's AI reference or not, like they just don't give a fuck as long as you pay them and then you just give them respects. You know what? Hook me up, man. Hook me up. And also at the same time, like, if you found like those type of artists, like they just don't give a fuck as long as they're getting paid in the end, promote them. Like help with, if you know like someone who is like, who wants to break out of the AI ecosystem and is having a hard time looking for an artist, hook him up with an artist who's actually doesn't give a fuck of what their beliefs in, or what if they're gonna use AI references, like they just don't give a fuck. Hook him up. At least you're helping someone with their dreams of becoming a VTuber. At least they're going to a good path of breaking out, like getting a human-made VTuber model instead of getting declined because they're using AI references. Man, we need those type of artists, man. We need good, reliable artists.
That is a very good point. All of these people who condemn AI and say support real artists, they never make an actual effort to promote real artists. All they do is shame people for using AI. They don't actually provide a solution or anything that helps their supposed cause. It's all about shaming. It's all about clout farming. And again, blue check mark every single time. You're literally paying Twitter for that badge so you can farm ad revenue through your tweets, through engagement, and you're funding AI. You're funding Grok, which creates generative AI. If you stood on your principles, you would not pay for this blue check mark. You would not give Elon Musk and this platform your money.
But it gives me great reach, so I can talk to the masses. I will give like a presidential speech, just like my last post. Man, I wish one of these quote unquote artists would get like the blue check mark just to fund Grok. Grok needs another set of art so that it could steal and just generate more art. Pay the bot, man. Pay your fee. You will get your reach on Twitter, and at the same time you're paying Grok. Yep, keep them coming. Keep the funds coming. Let's get it.
Every month, if this is truly how you feel. But of course, let's get one more, just showing the pathetic nature of this entire situation. This artist says, stop using AI for your games and art. Hire real artists. Yep, just like that, AI was completely defeated and all the artists have been supported. Now, of course, they got a lot of backlash, and what did they do?
Locked.
They locked the replies, as you can see. But one of their
Coward.
mutuals said, "Whoa, you made a hit tweet." And then they replied, with the replies locked, saying, "The AI supporter's trying to attack me, Pookie," which is hilarious. First of all, look at the discrepancy in the number of likes. 16 replying to a response on their own tweet, the initial one getting 8,800. 8,800 versus 16. And isn't this rich? This person picks a fight and then immediately becomes the victim of their own situation that they created, saying they're being attacked. You threw the first punch, now you're crying and locking the replies because people are responding and dunking on you. Many such cases.
Like another thing, like another example of this is, if you're gonna throw a brick at someone, you're like, expect that they're gonna throw a brick at you back, because it is what it is. Like like the freedom of speech. Yes, if you got an argument, be prepared of counter arguments. It's that simple. And instead of taking their counter arguments, you lock the motherfucking replies. Coward, I say.
Ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, there's a real case of AI derangement syndrome going on in the VTubing scene. And if you don't like AI, that's fine. But this level of just nauseating virtue signaling, and often very hypocritical virtue signaling, is something that should be mocked, something that should be talked about. And I have absolutely no qualms about doing so, right? That's why we're here. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving the video a like, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads, as well as multiple streams every week live here on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Man, I wish that like this drama will still continue, because for one thing, like I really enjoy like these quote unquote artists that are still virtue signaling and bitching about AI. Man, let them spend more time bitching on Twitter than let them do art in the first place. Yes, let them spend more time on Twitter than actual doing their commissions. Yes, that's how you run a business. That's how you put food on the table. That's how you keep your lights on. That's how you sleep under a roof. But all I could say is that, it's almost the end of the year. All I could say with these quote unquote artists that are keep virtue signaling, instead of focusing on what's near them or what their community is, or especially that if their community wants something to be commissioned, all I could say is that winter can be cold, or probably colder this time of year. And you know what? Probably save up for a heater, because it's gonna be a cold winter.